And it's live streamed now. So,
Excellent.
welcome everybody.
Okay, welcome to our summer program session. We're going to start letting people in. So just give us a couple minutes to really get started. Thanks for joining us today. All right. Okay, welcome in. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for being here, Anna.
Of course, yeah. Let me change my name also. I thought it was changed, but
Yeah, no worries. Anybody, if you're seeing your name is Jasmine Rigby, we will walk you through how to change your name here in just a minute. Um, if you're a presenter here tonight, thanks for being here right on time. We appreciate that. I'll do a brief roll call before we start so I can see who's missing, check in behind the scenes. Um, and each of you is going to have, like I shared in our email, 5 to 8 minutes to share your excellent programs with families. If it was discussed ahead of time, you're sharing your screen. But if not, we are going to stick with the slides that we have because we've just made slight tweaks to everybody so that there is alternative text. There's good contrast to our font and our background so that anybody that's here that needs like any ADA compliance, that is taken care of. It's very important that we do that in DPS. And we want everybody to be able to participate fully. In the chat, you may see we also have the slides. They are here in English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Arabic, and we have Spanish and Vietnamese interpretation tonight. So our next step will be to get that set up. Can you go to the interpretation slide, please, Mark?
Okay. Okay. There we go. Yeah, did I pass it?
Where is it? Oh, no.
Oh, there it is.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, so if you are needing interpretation tonight, how you're going to access interpretation services is through the interpretation globe at the bottom of the screen. That is going to have an English and a Vietnamese option shortly. If you are accessing our session on your phone, the first thing you'll click is the 3 dots or 3 ellipses. Then you'll select interpretation, and then you will select your language. I'm going to give our interpreters a chance to share that in their language. Johnny, why don't you start us off?
Yes, xin kính chào quý vị đến cái chương trình về đại học của chúng tôi ngày hôm nay. Một lát nữa chúng tôi sẽ cho một cái biểu tượng hình cầu ở bên dưới. Quý vị nào cần theo dõi bằng tiếng Việt Nam hoặc tiếng Tây Ban Nha, quý vị sẽ nhấp chuột vào hình cầu đó, hoặc là nếu quý vị dùng cái cell phone thì có thể nhấp vào 3 cái dấu chấm hoặc là cái hình cầu để mà chọn cái ngôn ngữ quý vị muốn nghe, và chúng tôi sẽ đăng cái biểu tượng hình cầu đó lên sau khi người thông dịch viên tiếng Mễ sẽ kết thúc. Xin cảm ơn. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny. And Anna will be our Spanish interpreter. Can you introduce that in Spanish, please?
yes. Buenas noches a todas las familias que nos acompañan esta noche. Si desean escuchar la presentación en español y nos acompañan en la computadora, en la parte inferior de la pantalla verán el símbolo del globo de la Tierra y opriman ahí y seleccionen el idioma que desean escuchar la presentación. No se olviden de poner en silencio el inglés, el audio original de inglés. Si nos acompañan en el teléfono, verán 3 puntitos en la parte inferior de su pantalla. Opriman esos 3 puntitos, ahí pueden seleccionar su idioma. También si les podemos pedir que apaguen su micrófono o pongan su micrófono en silencio para que no haga interferencia con los presentadores. Muchas gracias.
Okay, thanks everyone. So those interpretation channels are now open. And we'll go ahead and get started. Mark, do you want to go back a couple slides to our... so when we do have a DPS land acknowledgement we will start with. So Native people have a notable history and unique history that has impacted the development of the Front Range over the centuries. It's also important that we ground ourselves in the DPS land acknowledgement written by Dr. Tinker. So the DPS community acknowledges our Indigenous relatives. who have lived and cared for this ancient land from time immemorial. We acknowledge the close relationship that Arapaho, Cheyenne, Southern Ute, and Mountain Ute, and natives of other tribal nations continue to have with the waters, plants, and all moving things that call this land home. We pledge our respect for those enduring Indigenous connections to the place we now call Colorado. To our students and employees who are part of tribal nations, thank you for being an important part of the DPS community by choosing to learn and work at DPS each day. All right, next slide. So our FACE vision is when families and communities thrive, every learner thrives. Next slide. We believe that all parents have dreams for their children and want what's best for them. We believe that all parents have the capacity to support their child's learning in some way, shape, or form. We believe that parents and school staff should be equal partners, and we believe the responsibility for building partnerships between school and home rests primarily with school staff, especially school leaders. Next slide. If you are just now joining us, remember we do have interpretation in Spanish and Vietnamese. You'll access that using the interpretation globe or the 3 dots in interpretation on your phone. With names, if you are noticing your name is Jasmine Rigby because you used my personal link, that's a-okay, but we do want to know who you are. The way that you'll do that is clicking the 3 dots in the top right of your screen. You'll select rename and then type in whatever name makes sense for you. If you're struggling with that, hang on, Mark, I'm getting some feedback. We can't see the slides. Do you mind like closing it and resharing? Thank you for letting me know, Suzanne. I never would have known. And Meredith. Okay. Did you close it and reshare, Mark? You are on mute if you're talking to me.
Here, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Let me stop it again.
Okay.
And now let me try resharing.
Great.
Let's see if this works. Let's reshare and see if this shows now. Share sound. Let's see, maybe this should work now.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you guys see the screen now? No. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Are you co-host? Let me check.
I should be co-host.
It says you're not. That might be why. We're gonna do this one more time.
Sorry.
Okay. So now I've made you co-host. Can anybody see the slides?
Okay, hold on.
Well, you close them. Open them
Yeah, I
again.
gotta close it and open it again. 1 sec. Let's try it one more time. This should show now. Does it show?
Yay. Okay. No more rookie moves. It's not our first rodeo. We're ready to go. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Mark. As I was just sharing, if you want to rename yourself, if you'll use the 3 dots and click rename. But if you need help with that, just type it in the chat. As you saw, there are chat features you can use. For the nature of this presentation, since we have so many presenters, we're going to request that you just type questions in the chat and we will try to cover them all towards the end because more stuff might come up and it'll be easier kind of for everybody to share it that way. We want to give our presenters a very equal opportunity to have time to share what they are offering to families this year. So next slide, please, Mark. Yeah. So the norms in this space, just remember we want to be respectful and trusting by listening, withholding judgment, and creating a safe space to share. Everybody's voice does matter. We're going to pause. We want everybody to contribute, and we do value your wisdom. There's different opinions, and they are welcome. Let's share openly and stay open, even if we disagree. Supportive sharing. We only offer advice when asked, and we honor parent struggles with compassion. And most importantly, withhold personally identifiable information like birthdays, addresses, school or phone number, because we are live on YouTube, so we don't want that out there into the space. And I don't want to have to take my video down later. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so it's really important we engage in summer programs. So here's just a little bit about our why. Summer programming is an amazing opportunity to keep the learning going for your student. Anywhere from academic opportunities to social opportunities, their brains are growing in incredible ways. And the more we can allow them access to learning opportunities, the more achievement gains that they made last year will carry over into next year. Even if you aren't doing summer programs all summer long, remember that reading 20 minutes a day, or breaking that down into how can I squeeze an hour in a week, 10 minutes a day, whatever works best for you, keeps the students learning and keep those goals there. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. Next slide. All right, so I'm going to do a quick roll call. So please come off mute and just say if you're here so I know to check in if anyone's missing. We are going to open with our DPS resources. So we have concurrent enrollment starting. Are you guys here? All right. Well, you guys are starting, so I'll check again. Is DPS extended learning here?
I am with Extended Learning and Discovery Link. I'm not sure if those should be together
Oh.
or combined or
We'll put
separate.
them together. That's perfect. Saving some time. Love it.
But my supervisor, Kara, was the one who was going to present. So I'm just saying we're here and
Okay.
I can be the backup.
That's fine. If we got to circle back to you, that's a-okay. Denver Public Library. All right, we'll circle back. Boys and Girls Club. Okay. And Camperoni.
Here.
Great, thank you. Colorado African Innovation and Cultural Center. All right, some people might be delayed, some people might be on mute, so we'll see what happens. Generation Teach.
Generation Teaches here.
Great. Girls Inc. Okay, Youth on Record. Okay, and Wezesha Data Center. Okay, I'm not too worried. Everybody did send me slides, so there just might be some people struggling to get in. So that will be my job here shortly once we get us launched off. But let's go ahead and swing into the next slide and get started, Mark. So concurrent enrollment, you were first. Are you somebody that is here? I'll give you a minute, not a full minute, but like a second to let me know, or we'll move to their next resource and come back to you later. Okay. Well, Mark, would you mind skipping over those slides and we'll circle back to them at the end? They have around 6 to 8 slides. Okay, and DPS Extended Learning, you have your own presentation. Did you guys want me to come back after our next ones since you're waiting for somebody?
Sure. I'll keep an eye out. Kara Clark is the one who
Great.
signed up to present.
Sure. I just saw her yesterday, so I'm sure she's around here somewhere. I'll check in. All right, let's go to our next presenter. Not Discovery Link, they're combined. We'll go to the next one.
Yep.
Thanks. All right. And Denver Public Library did not speak up. So let's skip over those and go to the next. We'll circle back.
Jasmine, there's a question in the chat about
Sure.
interpretation.
Thank you. Yes, so Milagros, there is interpretation in Spanish. You'll hit the interpretation globe and select the Spanish option. If you're on your phone, it's 3 dots to interpretation to Spanish. Yeah. Thank you for your help, Anna. Okay, skip over these slides, Mark. We're going to the next presenter. All right, Boys and Girls Club. I'm not sure if they spoke up. I don't think so. So I think we'll start with Camperoni and I'll check in on where everyone's at. All right, so Camperoni, you have Canvas slides. Would you prefer to share, or
If
I
you've
have
already got
pulled
them
up?
in there, I'll go with
Nope.
yours. That's fine.
I can pull them up. They were on Canva, so we weren't able to plug them into here actually.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
that's okay, no worries.
I'm happy to share.
Sure. All right, we'll give you
screen.
share permissions and we'll start with you guys. Thanks so much.
All right, I'm gonna share my full screen and hope that no emails pop up in the meantime or my calendar like this. Okay, here we go.
All right.
And
Okay, we can see
can
it.
everyone
Thank
see
you.
it? Oh, wonderful. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Meredith England. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Camperoni.com. And Camperoni.com is a free website you can go to help you find summer programs for your kids. We not only have summer programs, we have camps throughout the year. So basically, anytime your kid would normally be in school, but they're not in school because of a holiday, a vacation day, an out of school day, you can go to Camperoni.com to find out what your options are. Our goal is to help parents find camps their kids love and that fit family logistics, because we know it's not just about the fun program that's available, it's about the program that the drop-off times and the pickup times work for your family, that is close enough for you to get to, that has a price that meets your family's budget. Perhaps you are someone who needs some scholarship assistance. You can actually search by scholarship availability. It was founded by two moms, myself and my co-founder, Erin. I've got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, and she has an 8-year-old. All right, and are you guys seeing it advance to the next slide? Excellent. So this is what it looks like. You just have to go to camperoni.com and you will choose which metro area you're in. We are in the greater Denver metro, as well as Boston and the Twin Cities. And our goal is to list all camps for free. So if we know that a camp exists, we go to their public website, we grab the information, and we put it up on our website so that all camps are represented for free. If you go to the site and you don't see a camp that you love, please email us at email@camperoni.com and we will be sure to add them. Again, it's totally free to them. This is what it looks like. You will start in the detail view, which basically lists every different camp session. And if you look down the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see all of the different filters that you can filter by. So you can filter by your kid's age, you can put in your zip code and filter by distance from your zip code. You can filter by dates, school breaks, day length is things like overnight versus you need full day coverage versus half day AM, half day PM. We have a variety of interests that you can search by. I like to say, if there's an interest, there's a camp for that. You'd be surprised what kind of camps exist out there. You can filter by price. Affinity groups are things like everything from boys only or girls only. If you have special needs, there are camps that are focused on ADHD or kids on the autism spectrum. Any of those sorts of things are in affinity groups. You can filter by provider. Some people find that the provider websites are really difficult to navigate, and so they actually like to look at the camp sessions available on camperoni.com instead. And then you can search by city. So those are all of the different search capabilities to kind of narrow down the right camp for you. This is an old screenshot. So it says 1,807 camp results from 174 providers. Right now, I just looked at it before the call. We've got over 260 providers right now on the site with many thousands of camp sessions for you to choose from. All right, you can also use provider map view. So you see the little button that says detail view. If you go over to provider map view, you get a view that looks like this, if you would prefer to search geographically. And then you can zoom into your area to find the camp options that are closest to you. You can still use all the filters on the left-hand side. And as you filter along, some of these dots will disappear if they don't meet your filter requirements. When you click on a camp, this is the information that you see. So you see a little bit of a deeper information. You have the age, how long in the day. We do a price per day. We convert everything to a price per day so that you can really compare apples to apples. And you can get a description. A lot of camps have busing options, and so you can find that information here. Then if you scroll down, there's more information, things like whether they offer lunch as a possibility, their refund policy. This is where if they have a scholarship program, it would provide a link to that scholarship program, and you can follow that link directly there. You can also, if they have not yet opened up their registration, you can click on the add to calendar link, and that will add their registration date to your calendar so you don't forget to register. And you can add to lists. So lists are like your favorites lists, and you can come up with different lists. You know, I have a list for my son and a list for my daughter to keep track of that. And then, of course, a link to their provider website. We do not do the registrations on camperoni.com. We're just giving you all the information to find the one that you need, and then you go to the provider website to actually do the registration. This is what it looks like if you create some favorites lists. Here's an example for Danny's summer, and it shows you the different sessions that I have saved for Danny's summer. It organizes it by date. So if you're thinking kind of week by week, what is Danny going to do during the summer? And here I've saved 3 different options for each of these weeks that maybe I'm going to share with Danny and maybe share with Danny's other parent to figure out exactly what our plan is. So what do we cover? We have offerings for kids ages 3 to 17. We have full day, half day, and overnight options. We're currently working on adding after school activities as well. So at the top of the site, you'll see an activity search, and we're adding those category by category. We started with martial arts and gymnastics and are now adding music. We cover nature, sports, arts and culture, STEM, adventure, and what we call fandom, which is a category of things like K-pop Demon Hunter or Harry Potter, if your kid is really into a specific kind of fandom category. And we cover the broad Denver metro area. As I mentioned, it is free for camps and it's free for parents. You do need to sign in to search. All that's required for sign in is your name and your email address. What will happen with your email address is you'll be automatically added to a newsletter that is a weekly newsletter that tells you new providers that we've found, upcoming registration dates, etc. If you don't want the newsletter, all you have to do is go to the first newsletter we send you or any newsletter we send you, and at the bottom there's an easy unsubscribe link. We'll send you that weekly newsletter, and then you can sign up today at camperoni.com and see what is available. And that's it for me.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Meredith. We appreciate it. All right, and we'll keep going forward. There is an issue on the back end with some registration links not working. So I'll be handling that, but we'll go forward and we'll circle back to anybody that was supposed to present earlier, just for sake of time. So who's up next, Mark? Oh, go back, please. Do we have the Colorado African Innovation and Cultural Center here? All right, they're probably working on logging in, so we'll skip over those slides and go to the next one. We're able to get a lot of people in, thankfully. We're still working on a few. Generation Teach, are you here tonight?
Yes, we are. Thank you,
All
Jasmine.
right, yeah. And we do have your slides up here, so Mark, I just let Mark know when you need the next slide.
Okay, perfect. And Jasmine, I just want to let you know, I was also having issues logging in, but
Mm-hmm.
they enter the meeting code into the Zoom app. That worked for me. So just if
Oh,
they
great.
Zoom app, that's what worked for me. I just
Thanks
wanted
for letting me know.
yeah, thank you. And hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Maria Medina, and I'm the Senior Director of Recruitment and Special Projects here at Generation Teach. I'm really excited to be here tonight and share a little bit more about the Generation Teach STEAM Academy, also known as GT STEAM and GTSA. We can move on to the next slide. Thank you. A little bit about our program. We offer a 5-week academic and enrichment program that is completely free for students and families. This includes free breakfast, free lunch, and transportation to and from the program. During the summer, students in GTSA are in small classes with young teachers. In the morning, they take academic classes like engineering, math, reading, and law. In engineering class, they're doing things like designing and testing solutions to real-world problems. In math, students spend time problem solving and making sense of their thinking and talking through their ideas. In reading class, students are working with diverse texts while building comprehension and vocabulary. And in law, students are practicing thinking critically, analyzing cases, and considering multiple perspectives. Across all classes, our students are supported by our young teachers who receive daily coaching and feedback from our professional educators. In the afternoon, students participate in enrichment classes like art, sports, games, and fitness and movement. And because it's summer, we also include field trips in the program. So last year we went to World and Skate City and the kids had a blast. We also have special events on Fridays, so our students are learning and having fun. So on the next slide, you can see, oh, I can go through that as well. Or are we doing interpretation? Jasmine, sorry, or are people automatically getting interpretation?
Interpretation, yeah, you can skip over that slide,
Thank
the
you.
Spanish. Mhm.
Okay, so on this slide, you can see that the program in Denver will run from June 22nd through July 24th. Students attend Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4 p.m. And there will be 8 locations across Denver, and families will select their preferred location when enrolling. Okay, we can go on to the next slide. Thank you. Currently, I know there's a question in the chat regarding age limit. So currently students in 5th through 7th grade who attend DPS district-run schools are eligible to apply. Pending board approval, we are also hoping to include current kindergarten through 4th grade students. So I saw there was a question about middle school students and high school students. We have an opportunity for high school students that I'll share a little bit for our juniors and seniors in high school. I'll share a little bit coming up. But one important thing to note is that the enrollment is first come, first serve, and it opens February 17th at gtsteam.org. However, you can visit our website now and fill out an interest form if you'd like to be notified as soon as enrollment opens. Just want to name that when you're enrolling, you'll need your child's student ID number and birthday so that we can verify eligibility. And another important date to keep in mind is April 30th, because that's the final enrollment deadline. That said, because enrollment is first come, first serve, we do encourage families who are interested to stay in the loop through our website and through the interest form that is on our website. We can move on to the next slide. Thank you. This next slide is for families who may also have high school students at home or who may know of a high school students looking for a meaningful summer opportunity. So earlier I mentioned the young teachers who support students during the summer. So those teachers participate in our Generation Teach Summer Teaching Fellowship, which is open to high school juniors and seniors as well as undergraduate college students. It's a 7-week fellowship that includes pre-summer preparation, on-site training, and 24 days of teaching. Throughout the summer, fellows receive daily coaching and feedback, a $3,000 taxable scholarship, and college credit through CU Denver. If you have someone in mind, they can learn more and apply at generationteach.org. The website's a little different than our it's different than our GT STEAM website. So the website for this is generationteach.org. And I know there's questions in the chat. I believe that I'll work on answering them after I'm done here, but thank you so much for being here and spending time learning about GT STEAM Academy. We know that choosing a summer program is an important decision, and we appreciate the opportunity to share what we do. We're excited about the possibility of partnering with your family this summer. So I'll go through the questions in the chat and I'll just respond directly on there. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. I lost my Zoom screen. We can move. Thank you so much for sharing. We can move on to our next presenter. All right, Girls Inc., are you here with us?
Yes, finally made it
Okay.
in. Thank you for
Awesome.
getting the new link to us.
Of course. All right, you take it away. Just let Mark know when you need the next slide.
Alrighty. Welcome, everyone. My name is Destiny Perkins. I'm the Senior Director of Outreach and Engagement at Girls Inc. of Metro Denver. You could head to the next slide. We are actually a year-round out-of-school time program. Do you have the link to our slides?
You know
I
what?
see-
Yeah, I just need you to share your screen. We were never able to figure that out, were we? So you'll have to share your
Oh,
slides.
okay.
Apologies. Mhm.
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, let me put it in presenter mode. All right. For those of you who are new to Girls Inc., our mission is to inspire all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. And I don't have to read each of these. You can see that there, or is it helpful to read it out for our interpreters?
Yeah, I would say just read whatever
Okay.
feels like relevant to the presentation. That's up to you.
Okay, cool. Our vision is that girls are powerful in an equitable society. We believe that we believe in girls, their rights and abilities, and so our approach is to serve the whole girl through what we call the Girls Inc. experience that equips them to navigate social, gender, and economic barriers. Our goal is to help girls grow into healthy, educated, and independent adults. We have 3 core focuses, which is our center experience, that's our after school program and our full day summer camps. We have career exploration and college success. And then woven through all of those programs is social emotional learning. We have an on-site mental health counselor, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And so here's the meat of what y'all are looking for. For our rising 1st through 7th grade kiddos, so that means current kindergarten, all the way through current 6th grade. We have full day camps. We have a couple of options as far as sessions. Sometimes folks need a full summer coverage, and sometimes they want to pick and choose. And so our programming happens Monday through Friday. Our core hours are 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. We also have before and extended care options for folks who need a little bit extended day, and that would be from 8 o'clock until 5:30. So we do offer that additional service. Our first session starts June 8th and goes through June 26th. And then we have some 1-day camps. So if you can't commit to a full session, we encourage you to do our 1-day camps, which is our sports camp on June 29th, our STEM camp on June 30th, and our BOLD camp, which is leadership and advocacy on July 1st. And then we take a little bit of a break in between our sessions. And session 2 is July 13th through July 31st. And then we have some 1-day camps available in that session as well. At the end, we have a dance camp on August 3rd, an entrepreneurship camp on the 4th, and a Bold Voices camp on the 5th. Everything that we do, we include breakfast, lunch, and snacks, so meals are covered. We do field trips throughout the different sessions that are connected to the things that they're learning in the classroom. And so this is for our a little bit younger group of kiddos. You can see we have an average fee scale here. We do offer scholarships also. And in the chat, I'm going to put our links. We don't release it to the public until Friday, so you get a little bit of a jump start on enrollment today, and I'll be giving you those links that are available to you. So everything that we do is experiential learning, and like I said, field trips connected to what they're learning in the classroom. We swim, we hike, we get outdoors. We enjoy the Colorado environment as much as we can. We have a full-size gym at our building that we utilize for programming, and we have a private playground that we also have that is attached to to our building. So that's kind of a brief overview of 1st through 7th grade. And then I'll take questions also. I can't see the chat right at the moment, but I'll answer questions. For our teen kiddos, we have some focused programming, and this will be rising 8th graders and all the way up through 12th grade. And so that's like our current 7th grade and higher. The one big camp that we have is focused around STEM. So it gives girls an opportunity to explore STEM fields connected to very specific field trips to get them into STEM focused corporate partners. They will build projects together, real world applications and experiences through the summer. And our location is TBD. In the past, we've been at places like Regis University and MSU Denver, and those dates are June 8th through July 1st. This programming happens Monday through Thursday from 9 to 4:30. Again, we have a sliding scale, but we also provide scholarships for those families who would need that assistance. We also have some paid internship opportunities for our teen girls. We have internships that happen at our center. We will have an opening for these opportunities. You can see there some of the positions are a summer camp kitchen lead for the upper grades. 11th and 12th grade can apply for that position. And then we also have summer camp kitchen assistants, and that's 9th through 11th grade. So you can apply for those positions. And the opportunities are 4 days a week, 7:30 to 1:30. And we have those hours broken up midday. And we have an hourly rate for those positions. And then we offer some internship opportunities to be classroom camp assistants. And those are stipends and based on the different sessions that we have available. So we have camp experiences for teens, and then we also have internship workforce opportunities for teen girls as well. And like I said, everyone who participates, whether you're doing a camp kitchen lead, or you're an intern, or you're applying to one of the camp opportunities, we have an in-house mental health counselor. And so our girls and participants have access to one-on-one or group sessions with Luz Navarrete, who is our in-house mental health provider, who provides services in English and in Spanish. We have some pop-up events happening around the city. We're focusing on the far northeast, Montbello, Green Valley areas, where we'll do 1-day and 3-day camps. These ones are still in the works, but wanted to get some dates, some save the dates on your calendars for a few that we have coming up. Control Your Scroll is focused around the well-being and mental health connected to your devices and how you have a healthy relationship with your device. Lean In Girls is a camp focused around leadership and advocacy. Our junior STEM camp is taking pieces of our comprehensive Eureka program into a mini camp. And then Pop Goes Puberty is an event where we actually invite families into the space of learning about puberty and period education. And then girls leaving that event will get a You Glow Girl puberty kit that has all of the menstrual materials they would need to be prepared to start their periods, and some affirmations and self-care items in there as well. And then in early August, we will have a Bold Business Boot Camp, and that is focused around financial literacy and entrepreneurship. That camp, we partner with local BIPOC women-owned businesses, and they get to take field trips and experience businesses that are happening in their communities. And then I just wanted to highlight whether a girl is a participant in the after school space or in the summer, we have a pretty robust college prep program and scholarship program. So girls who participate in any way, shape, or form have access to our scholarship program. We give roughly about $100,000 every year in scholarships to get girls ready for college. And then we also have opportunities for collegiate scholarships to help girls continue their college experience. So just wanted to highlight that that's an added benefit for being a participant in Girls Inc. We will also have some SAT boot camps and things like that coming up, and those are a little bit TBD right now. And any girl who participates in our Eureka program will also have access to student travel connected to a service learning project. In that program, we do college in-state and out-of-state college tours as well for our teen girls. And I think that's it. I'll answer any questions in the chat, and like I said, I will get these links in there for you, and you have access to that before the general public. So hope to meet some new girls from this meeting.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that information, and we'll keep moving forward. Who's next? Can you go to the next slide, please, Mark? Wait, actually, Girls Inc., I think you were sharing your screen. So if you can stop your share and Mark, start your share up again, then we'll be able to keep moving. All right, Youth on Record is up. I believe they're able to get in.
I am. I'm just
Perfect.
leaving my children with my parents.
Okay.
I don't see the slide. Let me see.
We have the slides, so you can just tell Mark to go to the next slide whenever you're ready.
Great. I just can't. Oh, I just don't see it at all. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Great. So yeah, Youth on Record. We, like Girls Inc., we provide programming all year round. My name is David Layden. I'm a senior manager for creative youth development, so I support with a lot of our out-of-school programs. We also lead programming in Denver and Aurora Public Schools around music, and with a focus on social emotional learning and ethnic studies. These are some pictures from last summer's summer camp. And you can go on to the next slide, please, Mark. Great. So yeah, we're a creative education nonprofit in Denver, providing programs for 11 to 24-year-olds. So throughout the year, we have 4 credit music classes. We have free enrichment classes. And so there are classes you can sign up for now throughout the rest of the school year for middle and high school students. We have free studio booking as well. So if the young people in your life are creative artists or interested in audio recording or band practice, they can book out studio time for free 4 days a week in our studio in La Alma, Lincoln Park. And this summer we'll be offering both free middle school music camp, 3 weeks of that. And those weeks are, pulling up my calendar, we will be having music camp on the week of June 8th through 12th, June 22nd through 26th, and June 13th through 17th. And those are for rising 6th through 8th graders. And in the music camp, we have, well, actually, Mark, why don't you go on to the next slide, and I believe it'll tell you a bit more about it. Yeah, so in the camp, we really focus on, there's a lot of text here, so I won't read all of it. But we're really trying to empower musicians to find their own voices, and we do that by having 3 different blocks throughout the day. We have 25 campers per week, and it's completely free. And families may sign up for 1 week of camp because we want to provide this to as many families as possible. And so the 3 blocks are band practice. They'll be split into 3 groups, and each camper will be in band for a block. And then in the beat making studio, we have a computer lab for a block, and then they will have an elective. And the elective is sometimes we do like band merch and do button making. We do podcasting. We do drumming, hand drumming, and drum circles. And then we have an open studio at the end of the day where campers can do recording or work on instrumental lessons. And at the end of the week, on the Friday, we do a showcase. And during the showcase, you can see on the bottom, campers will perform in our stage area, and we'll also DJ the event with beats, original digital beats that students have composed or campers have composed throughout the camp. The camp runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with drop off between 8:30 and 9 and pickup between 3 and 3:15. It's located, as I said, in La Alma Lincoln Park at 1301 West 10th Ave, and it includes free lunch and snacks every day. Registration will be opening February 16th, and it is a lot of fun. I've been camp director the last 3 years, and it's one of my favorite times of year. Why don't we keep going, Mark? We also offer a podcast camp for high school students. This year, the podcasting camp will be the week of June 15th through 18th. We are closed on Juneteenth. And campers will learn how to make a podcast from beginning to end. We work on scoring and sound design, script writing, the basics of audio production. You can see here, campers will do roundtable discussions around different themes, and they'll also record station IDs. One of our shows, we have a whole media arts team of youth producers, who a lot of whom are in that 14 to 24-year-old range. And so campers will actually record station IDs that get aired on our show on KGNU, which is a lot of fun. And actually, I think of last year's summer campers, at least 4 or 5 of the stories have already aired on our show and have been played on the radio. That camp runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Drop off will be from 9 a.m. to 9:30. It's a little bit of a shorter day. It also includes free lunch and snacks. And it's a lot of fun. We really encourage campers who are interested in music, but also journalism, theater, current events, campers who are looking for a place to kind of discover their voice. It's a really, really fun environment to be a part of. Why don't we keep going on to the next slide? Yeah, so you can get in touch with us at youthonrecord.org. You can subscribe to our newsletter. As I mentioned, we have a lot of free programming available right now. So young folks can get involved, next week by booking up some studio time, and you can register on our website. And then I will have a separate registration form for the different camps available on February 16th. If you do want to get an update about camp when registration opens, please feel free to send an email to camp@youthonrecord.org. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all that information. And thank you, presenters, for being resourceful. You're absolutely welcome to answer questions you see come up in the chat before we get to the end, because I know we have a few more presenters. It says we're on 11, so we're getting at the end. We'll circle back to the beginning for anybody that wasn't here in the beginning to make sure that we cover everybody. I think everyone but one presenter was able to make it in, so we will be able to fill in those gaps. But Wadesha Data Center, are you here with us? All right, so we'll circle back to concurrent enrollment. I'm not sure they were able to get in. They were really struggling with their DPS emails, but is somebody here? Okay, so we'll start on number 2, which should be our discovery link and early childhood learning through DPS. You guys are up next. Then you will also need to share your screen. Kara, is that you who will be presenting?
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right, I'll make you a co-host. You should be able to share your screen. Okay, you are on mute though, Cara. Thanks.
Sorry about that. Um, Hi, I'm Kara Clark. I'm here with Anita as well. We both work in Discovery Link. We are a program that is all year as well. So right now we're in about 68 locations across DPS, all K through 5, with 2 exceptions of middle school. Our summer programming is going to be starting right after school gets out, and then we will go until August 7th. And we'll be focusing for age groups this summer, 3 through 12. So essentially ECE or incoming ECE to 5th grade. And a little bit about our program is that we do have full day care during the summer. We have lesson plans that focus on art, STEM, games, lots of outdoor play, field trips. It's all run by DPS staff. So the majority, again, of our summer staff are our DPS staff that work through the school year. And we're going to be located at DPS school sites, which I will name here shortly. And the goal is to support working families, but really focus on that learning and joy over the summer. And so again, Little Links is what we call our ECE program, which is 3
Hey,
through.
Cara, I hate to interrupt, but all we're seeing right now is your title screen and it's not
Oh
presented,
no.
so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, let me see why that's not happening.
If you want to hit slideshow, we do see it live, so I think you just went behind.
Yeah, that's what I hit before. Can you see anything different?
Did you click it?
I did.
Okay, well, you're now on a new slide. You're on We Serve Families in Every Region.
Okay. Well, we can go back.
Progress. We can see
Okay.
it, so that's fine.
Thank you so much for stopping me. I'm so sorry about that. As I was saying, Little Links is our rebranding name for ECE. So similar to the name Discovery Link, Little Links focuses on those 3, 4, 5-year-olds, depending on what age they're in during kindergarten. For 3 and 4-year-olds, we're looking at having at least for 3-year-olds being 3 at time of start. So they're going to want to be 3 by June 1st. However, if they don't turn 3 until middle of the summer, we will start them at the date they turn 3. You can definitely reach out to our email, which again is discovery_link@dpsk12.org with any questions around like health immunization forms or anything around registration. And so little things about why we have a lot of like positive feedback from families. So this comes from our most recent survey data. Last summer, we had about 3,000 students attend around 12 programs. It's really
Kara,
great.
I think your slides are not moving forward.
They're still not moving forward.
No, we serve families in every region.
All right, I'll hit slideshow every time I change slide. That's so frustrating. Can we see a different slide now?
Yeah, you're on programs, costs, ages.
All right, that is not the slide that I see. So
Okay.
I will talk about that one. It's fine. Is there a way I can email this out to families so they have the access to this at a different time? Or are there another way to present these? I also emailed these
Sure.
slides to you.
Yep. Give me just a moment. I have the slides. I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Okay. I'm not sure what's happening. I'll put in a dots ticket.
It's one of those days. We've got some technology stuff. Thanks everybody for
Yeah.
bearing with us. We're doing what we can. We
Oh
really
my
appreciate
goodness.
that. But I'll go ahead and share my screen. Can
Thank
you
you for
guys
the
see my
grace.
slides?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to start?
Yep, that one's perfect.
3?
Yep, the number 3. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so last summer we had about 3,000 students enrolled across 12 camps. We really do a big focus on SEAL, so social, emotional, and academic learning. Families are getting affordable care in one place. So again, when we were looking at locations across Denver, we looked at, spreading that across the DPS region from far northeast to south, southwest, near northeast, so across Denver. And next slide, please. And then here's some information that's going to be on our website. So if you just Google DPS, Extended Learning and Community Schools, I will say our URL is quite long. So I have a tiny URL here. So tinyurl.com/Elks Summer will get you to the summer page that shares all the information about Discovery Link, Little Links, and we also have some other programs like enrichment that are going on. And Elk Sports, which also both these programs run at a variety of schools all year. And so our fee-based camp runs again June 8th to August 7th. So it is going to be a 9-week summer. Our grant-based camp has a couple different requirements. Those students that we'll be accepting for those 2 weeks, it's for a 21st Century Learning grant, and they should already be attending a grant-based site for Discovery Link now. That information about those specifics are on our website too. And then every day, the fee-based summer camp is $55 per student per day. Our registration is $55 per student, and then we have a max of $80 per family. The locations we're going to be having school age for 5 through 12 are going to be Carson, DCIS Fairmont, Slavens, Willow, Barnum, and Maxwell. And then our EC through 12, again, so that's that 3-year-old to 12, will be Isabella Bird, McKinley Thatcher, Stedman, and Centennial. And what's really great too is our, I actually just had a meeting about it this morning at 9. Our program supervisors and senior supervisors have been spending the last couple of weeks planning the themes. And so we have every week, we'll have a different theme, whether it's going to be music and culture or stories. Again, lots of field trips and joy. And so you're welcome to reach out to our Discover Link email, or if you already attend a school that has a Discovery Link or Little Link site, you're welcome to reach out to the program supervisor there for some of those themes. We do have a new program this year for registration, and we are, thanks Anita too. Anita put our Discovery Link email in there. So our registration and platform is AROX. Again, it's new this year. You would just go to dps.arox.app to register to learn about it. That's also linked on our website. I want to say there's also just like no app for it. So even though it does say arox.app, it is the URL website. And then something to consider too for the $55 per student per day. There are some programs for current 5th graders going into middle school that will have some available discounts. And so if you have a current 5th grader going to middle school next year, you're able to use the MySpark card, which is a essentially like a card you have for summer programming if you're a middle school student and your family receives free introduced lunch. I think it's about $1,000 for summer programming, and that will work for MySpark for Discovery Link this summer too. So even if your students do qualify for the grant for those 2 weeks, but do want your children to be in summer camp longer than that and do qualified for that 5th grade free introduced lunch, you are welcome to use the MySpark for that fee-based camps. Next slide. And again, these are just, again, the lists. One of the reasons these, again, were selected were because it's across Denver. We want to have access to families. And we also have some constructions at sites. We've done summer camps in the past. And we wanted to make sure all of our sites had air conditioning this year too. So all of these have air conditioning and should have some accessibility. Next. Perfect. And then we have the slides again in Spanish. And so I'll answer any questions that come up in the chat. But again, the best way to get a hold of us is through that email or the checking out our website. And again, we're all year and we're looking forward to having a great summer. So thanks so much for letting us share.
Awesome. Thank you, Kara. We appreciate it. All right. Next up is Denver Public Library. They made it in. I saw them pop in. Hopefully they didn't have to pop back out. But Denver Public Library, who is presenting? Robinson.
Hello, it's so nice to be here.
Super. I'm glad you're here. We do have your slides up, so you can just tell Mark Next slide when you're ready, okay?
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. My name is Rachel Robinson, and I am the Family Engagement Program Administrator for the Denver Public Library. I'm really excited to talk to you all about our Summer of Adventure program. Thanks. Next slide. Everything that the Denver Public Library does for young people from June 1st to August 10th is a part of our Summer of Adventure program. We invite youth from birth to 12th grade to grow and learn and have fun all summer long. Whenever school is out, DPL provides exciting opportunities to create, discover, and explore inside the library, in the community, and in your own neighborhood. We create and we host hands-on experiences to help youth of all ages and abilities build academic skills, develop creativity, and strengthen social emotional growth, all while having fun, and it's entirely free. Next slide, please. So all summer at every single Denver Public Library location, youth and families can find amazing free events and activities. We provide reading lists, recommended books, free book giveaways, a lot of science, technology, engineering, art, and math learning. We love to explore and provide ways for families and youth to explore nature. We have workforce development opportunities for teens, both inside the library and in their world at large, supporting them to discover their paths. And we really strive to create meaningful connections for all ages within our amazing and diverse community. So how it works. So participants can earn prizes when they complete literacy activities and when they attend library events. Participants register at any library location and they receive an adventure guide and also a prize. And participants can collect prizes by going to library events all summer long. They can find free books, free giveaways. And when participants complete their adventure guide, they receive more prizes and also a free ticket for them and an adult in their life to come to the Denver Zoo for free. And the adventure guides ask youth to complete 20 hours of reading, learning, listening, and attending library events throughout the summer. We really celebrate reading, making, and exploring, and we love to celebrate when youth do that. We love to help motivate them to find reading throughout the summer, ways to make, ways to explore. Thank you. One of the great ways that early learners, kids, teens, and families can explore Summer of Adventure inside the library is by having fun and getting creative by connecting with experts and peers at our events. And one of our biggest partners for Summer of Adventure is the Denver Zoo and Conservation Alliance. And we do tons of events with them throughout the summer. So every week, a different library location will be hosting the Denver Zoo inside of our branches, bringing animals and experts to meet with the young people in the community to answer questions. We met in Armadillo last year that I personally am obsessed with. They will be coming back into our library. And with the zoo, we celebrate Shark Week this year, as well as celebrating youth at the end of the summer with a free ticket to the zoo for them and a family member. Thank you. So youth of all ages and families, they can find Summer of Adventure inside the library branches. We have events. We really celebrate STEAM activities. We had a beautiful event last summer where a teen robotics club came to our central library and taught a group of elementary students over the course of 4 weeks how to build robotics, how to drive robots. It was a fantastic event. We also do a lot of slime and youth theater. We love to explore all of kids' interests. We also support reading inside of the library. There's a lot of events, activities that are throughout the summer that support both independent learning and development, as well as supporting families to help their young people to continue learning throughout the summer. We have Idea Labs, which have great maker camps. These are all free events for young people and families where they can come and use technology, learn how to use different tools, take design classes. We had a kid last year who learned how to sew their own pants. It was awesome. And we also have programming for families. So our Plaza program is multicultural community spaces that have language conversation clubs. They do citizenship support. They're really fantastic and multilingual in case any of the library events, any of the library resources, if anybody needs help accessing them. We also have Lena, which is spectacular. They are 10-week classes that help caregivers to increase the talkativeness of their young babies. And that's done in libraries as well as in community spaces. Thanks, Mark. Young people can also find Summer of Adventure in the community. The library loves to connect community partners to families and young people. Bringing free experiences to youth is an important part of belonging in our city and in our spaces. And with my Denver cards, youth get access to the library as well as recreation spaces. Oh, Lena is offered virtually. I love that someone has been a part of Lena. It's such a fantastic experience. It's such a great cohort to belong to. We also connect a lot of families to free camps, free programs, and we love telling people how to get out into the community and explore spaces for free and super discounted. Thanks, Mark. And finally, the library really supports Summer of Adventure and reading, making, and exploring existing inside homes, inside neighborhoods, inside all of the spaces that youth belong to. And so we have a lot of databases. We have so many materials for folks to take. We have so many toolkits. We have guidebooks for caregivers that help walk families through developing readers and helping them build skills. We have sewing machines and craft kits. If there is something you would like to do inside the library or inside your home, we would love to make it happen. One of the programs that we have in the library is called Teen Advisory Boards, and it's a group of teens that get together and create their own events. They decide what happens inside library spaces that affect young people, and it's a really wonderful way for teens to grow and develop some independence, some entrepreneurial skills. There might be a craft fair hosted by teens coming up soon. So we love to explore, someone mentioned the whole girl. We love to explore the whole teen, the whole kid, the whole family. Thanks, Mark. Oh, and Exploring Colorado. It's the 150th statehood birthday. And with your library card, you get access to museums and cultural sites and state parks throughout the year, but the summer is a really great time to do that and to take your families with you. And we hope you do that. Your library card gives you access to so much of Denver and so much of Colorado. And the Summer of Adventure program is here to celebrate youth, to help them keep their skills, to help them grow during the summer. And we're excited and we hope we see you this summer. Summer of Adventure is at every library location. So please look for us, look for our bookmobile. We will also be at Discovery Link. We love learning all of these summer programs together. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for bringing us all here.
Of course. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for that information. There's a couple questions in the chat. Kara's answering some questions in the chat as well. Thanks for doing that. Okay, then we'll keep moving forward. Boys and Girls Club. Are you with us?
Yes, we are. Hello,
Sure, let's do it.
Jasmine.
Thank you. Yeah, so same thing. Mark will present your slides when you're ready.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, everyone. It's so good to see the people who we partner with during school time, and we're here to really talk about our summer adventure camp. So for more than 65 years, the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Denver has shown kids and families safe spaces, caring adults, and opportunities that really help young people grow in who they're meant to be. That history matters because it's the foundation of everything we have built and are building upon this summer. Our vision is simple but really powerful. We want every young person to experience a summer where they feel safe, engaged, and genuinely excited to show up every day, while continuing to grow academically, socially, and emotionally. What makes this year very unique is that we're building on that strong foundation by offering 6 to 9 weeks of intentional themed program laid on top of our trusted year-round club services. So families can still get the consistency that they rely on, the meals, the fun, the long-standing relationships with our caring staff, while they experience a summer that feels special, immersive, and really energizing. So each week is really anchored in a theme that shapes activities, field trips, and experiences so that youth are not just filling their time, they're discovering new interests, they're building skills, they're strengthening those relationships, and they're creating memories. And they're doing that all within a community that's been investing for young people for generations. Next slide, Mark. Thank you. So this is really what families can expect. When we think about a typical day at the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Denver, this wheel really brings that to life. At the center, you'll see what guides everything we do. That's really the belonging, the growth, and fun and exploration. Every part of the day is designed to help kids feel safe, supported, and excited to be there. And then around the wheel, you'll see the core experiences youth engage in every day. Education keeps kids learning and participating and practicing skills that are fun and age appropriate. We have STEM, which sparks curiosity and problem solving, while we have cultural arts that give you the space for your creativity, expression, and to build confidence. You'll also see character and leadership on there, where kids practice responsibility and teamwork, and mental health and well-being, which is woven throughout the day through caring relationships, routines, and our supportive mental health professionals. We also have athletics and recreation. We want to keep kids active. We want to build healthy habits and fun and inclusive ways. We also offer a lot of sports, baseball. We offer volleyball, t-ball, and some track and field. And then one area we really lean into during summer is the outdoor education. We really love connecting kids to nature and adventure through experiences that stand out. We've done paddleboarding, we go hiking, we have kayaking, rock climbing, we do high ropes courses, and even whitewater rafting. So depending on the site and the age, your kid will be provided that opportunity. And then all our outdoor and field experiences are age appropriate, they're carefully planned, and they're also led by trained staff with safety as our top priority. And then at the bottom, we call out some some things that families really love, and that's 2 field trips or more per week. These trips connect kids to their community and extend learning beyond our club walls. And together, this wheel really represents the rhythm of each day, familiar, consistent, and intentional. With our weekly themes adding an extra layer of excitement on a strong foundation that families can count on. Next slide, Mark. Yay! So one size doesn't fit all, as we know. So our programs are really tailored to providing intentional programming for K through 5 youth and 6 through 12. So K through 5, we're going to focus on more of the exploration, imagination, routine, and joyful learning. And then our 6th through 12th, we emphasize independence, leadership, real-world exposure, and belonging. So across all ages, these weekly themes will give structure and excitement to explore, be creative in STEM, leadership, community, outdoor adventure, or cultural exploration. For younger themes, they really come through life through hands-on projects, play, and storytelling. And for teams, it's going to be more deeper and applied, connected to those real-world experiences and future pathways. So you'll just go see here, you got our themes, and on the next slide, Mark, we'll follow up with the rest of those themes. And then we just have photos of campers that have experienced some of these lovely things that I'm talking about. And really depends on the site you choose and where you want to be, but you can sign up for all weeks. You can sign up for some weeks. We offer you an array of choices so you and your kid can experience what you want and what you need through summer. And then we always want to end it with celebration. Not only celebration for them going to camp for all of those weeks, but really celebration of how they've grown and who they become throughout the weeks at Boys and Girls Club. Next slide. And this is a really exciting program that we are piloting this summer, our Future Ready Lab. It will be 2 weeks focused on middle and high school youth. So teens will participate in daily field trips, exposing them to careers, community organizations, and experience maybe they wouldn't otherwise get. They're supported by our expert staff trained in teen development who understand really how to balance that structure with autonomy and create those spaces where teens feel respected, capable, and connected. And this program really isn't about keeping teens busy. It's about helping them see themselves as leaders, contributors of our community and future professionals. So if your teen completes this 2-week program, they have the opportunity. We are connecting with the YMCA Mount Tumbleson. So if they do this 2-week Future Ready Lab, we will reward them with a free week at Mount Tumbleson. It's a stay-away camp. So that is a new development for us in partnering with the YMCA. And really, this is about taking what your teen is interested in and exposing them to real life experiences, people who work in those roles and careers, and then also offering like a fun Friday where it's more around developing their collaborative skills and teamwork. So we might do a high ropes course. We might take them to play laser tag, just ways to get people to work together, learn more about each other, and really build those team skills. Next slide, Mark. And if you're wondering where our location's at, we are all around Colorado. You'll see our 14 Summer Camp Club locations from Aurora to Denver, Westminster, Commerce City, Montbello, Brighton, and Green Valley Ranch. Just a notice, Hidden Lake is actually going to be Westminster Academy for International Studies. All these locations will provide places where we have the capacity to do outdoor programming, indoor programming. We'll have tech labs. We have access to playgrounds, and we have access to outdoor facilities, as well as getting a free breakfast and lunch every day. Next slide. And this is really the logistics. So we're going to wrap it up with this. Our summer program runs from 6 to 9 weeks, depending on the club you choose. It's consistent daily hours designed to support working families. So from that 8 to 5 p.m. Registration for current Boys and Girls families opens on February 9th at 8 a.m. And then if you're a new family and you're joining Boys and Girls Club Metro Denver, that registration will open up February 16th at 8 a.m. Because details kind of vary by location, meaning the themes, the time, the amount of field trips, and what really you're focusing on. We suggest that you would get all your up-to-date information. We're going to put that in the chat for you by checking our website. on our summer camp registration page. It'll include specific program dates, available club locations, daily schedules, and program costs. To register, it'll be $25, and then it's just $25 per child per week. We also offer scholarships depending on if that's something you need. We really just want to make this accessible so you all don't have to worry about money or time and really focus in on having fun experiences for your kids. So we strongly encourage you to bookmark that website and check back for open registration and finalized locations. And then really, we just want to reiterate, we work really hard to make this accessible and affordable. And families can expect clear communication, advanced schedules, and support from our staff every step of the way. And just know that we are incredibly excited about this summer, not just because what kids will do, but I think really because what they'll become through these experiences. So we're just really happy that you joined this webinar. Love hearing about every other option that families get. I think it's so robust, and it's just so nice to hear that there are so many options for our kids out there. So thank you all. Awesome. Thank you so much, Boys and Girls Club. You have some questions in the chat when you're ready. And so that brings us, we have 3 presenters left. There's a couple that might not be here. Concurrent enrollment, were you able to make it? I don't believe they were. However, if you have a middle school, high school student, they're able to earn college credit even in the summer. So I would definitely review those slides. It'll give you more information on what college credit classes are offered, the timelines for enrollment, and the process to enroll, as well as contact information if you have additional questions for them. There's 2 other potential presenters. So we'll go to, thank you, Mark, Colorado African Innovation and Cultural Center. Were you able to make it in? I will take that as a no. This is a new one, so I don't have all the information, but I do know that there's contact information in there. They provide mentorship opportunities, wellness opportunities, and identifying your cultural identity. So it is a great opportunity, particularly for our African American students, to explore. And lastly, on slide 70, I believe, Mark, Wadesha Dada Center. Were you able to make it in? Okay, I was just on the phone with them. They're also a newer resource for learning. So upon review of their slides, they do have a summer youth program. It's designed to support youth development and entrepreneurship, as well as career readiness. And that's around building confidence, practical skills, and real world exposure. So reviewing their slides, it'll give you a program overview. It will let you know some of the experiences that are available, as well as next steps on how to register, the timelines to be able to do so as well. So to close us out, Mark, if you want to move to slide 82, I'm going to give you a couple more resources and I'll open it up for questions. So remember, there are a variety of other resources that we didn't even touch on today. So definitely open your mind to exploring. And keep in mind that these registrations are starting very soon. So that's why we host a session in January to give you a head start on exploring what opportunities your child might be interested in this summer. We had incredible presenters today. Hopefully one of these will fit what you are looking for. If not, the City of Denver does have a youth program locator where you can see what is in your area. It's a very helpful tool. And also use some other filters to identify your needs, such as cost and timelines. There's also a free summer Rec Kids program that's just starting this year through the City of Denver. So there is a link in the slide presentation for you to be able to explore if there's anything that you're interested in there. And I really wanted to make sure we cover MySpark. So this is a tool, like Kara kind of briefed us on. Families receive a $1,000 virtual debit card, and it is approved only for programs in sports, arts, tutoring, or STEM for after school or summer opportunities. So any student that is enrolled in a DPS middle school qualifies. You also have to qualify for free and reduced lunch. The application is very simple. If you apply by February 15th,
You'll be notified by email, and your funds will be available by March 16th. What that means is you might miss out on some other paid opportunities, but that's a-okay. Like Kara shared, it covers a lot of these programs. So, and they will have some availability later in the year as well for those later enrollments. Next slide, please, Mark. All right, and keep coming back. This summer programs is just one aspect of your child's learning. We want to make sure you know there is an event calendar where you can register for events. We will simplify the registration process. We had installed this new process for your protections with some potential spams in the past, but we'll make sure that you're able to log in easier. Thank you to the families that are able to catch us on YouTube. Make sure that you're typing your questions in the chat because we want to include you in our brief Q&A time. So now I will welcome any families here with questions to come off of mute and ask our presenters that are here directly. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Jill, go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for this presentation. Super informative. I have a question about that, the Maya Spark. I thought I heard you mention that rising, so current 5th graders, rising 6th graders for next school year could qualify for that. Is that true for the summer? So like I would apply for my son for the February 15th deadline, or not correct?
Yes, that is correct because that summer is considered their 6th grade.
Okay, so like for example, he would not be enrolled by that time in a middle school. He'd still be a current 5th grader. So that I just want to make sure I'm understanding that correctly. That's good?
I believe that that is the case. Kara, have you heard anything different?
Yeah, I spoke, I think DPS Foundation and Tim, who works on our grant team, talked to them. As like we roll out the school of choice, that's opening up. And so like as you're selecting middle schools, once that's been selected, I believe that is. And I think it's always worth putting an application in, again, especially if you qualify for free introduced lunch. Worst case is it's like, hey, we'll pause this now, but once you get enrollment, can move forward with next steps. But my understanding is that it will work. But I would go through and like do that like enrollment window for school of choice.
Great, thanks. And another question, will this recording be dispersed through people who registered for this event?
Yes, it absolutely will. Since some people essentially weren't able to make
Yeah,
it in, we're going to go ahead and email it out to the guest list right after it's done and it's processed, which will take about an hour or two. But if you want access to it right away, we are live on YouTube. So that'll be available. It's on our YouTube channel, which is at DPS Face University. So I went ahead and put that link in the chat.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. All right, any other questions for our presenters? Okay, well, I mean, feel free to come off of mute because we'll be here for another minute. We always do our giveaway at the end, so hopefully you're hanging out for that. It is our final push for family leadership programs. We will have our last virtual Common Kind family at the end of the month. So join us on
Hi, I
Face
have a quick
University.
question
Yeah,
about that. Why I saw in the newsletter that it's the last Common Kind virtual session. Why is that?
that is the last one for this year. It's strictly
Oh, I see.
capacity because we have a lot of in-person ones for the rest of the year. Yeah, so feel free to
For
join us
the
for
rest
that.
of 2026?
The rest of the spring will launch again in the fall, like we always do.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, so yeah, and these other programs are offered at different school sites. If you're interested in them and want to connect, just let us know. We don't run all of them virtually because some of them are on the longer end. There's only 2 of us staffed, so we're happy to connect you with school sites that offer these other programs. Next slide. All right, and remember, we do have Articulate courses. These are learn at your own pace classes. So we have a lot more information on summer programs in our summer slide section. There's also social media safety, and there is homework help for parents, which is grade level resources on what your child's learning academically and how you can support at home. These are learn at your own pace. You can find them on our DPS page. So if you navigate to dpsk12.net or .org, I should say. I don't think it pops up as net. You'll go to type in Face University and you can access our page. Next slide. All right. And ways to stay in touch. We have our Face University page, our YouTube channel. There is a Family and Community Engagement Facebook page that'll keep you looped into all things family and community engagement in our district. And with that, Mark, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can do our giveaway. We have a gift card for Dutch Brothers Coffee, $10 we'll be giving away today. And then as per usual, we'll make sure that a family gets connected to some tickets. We have tickets to History Colorado, Museum of Nature and Science, or Children's Museum. So we'll have 2 winners tonight. Let's go ahead and make sure we have everyone. Please come off mute and let me know if you're not here. I have Addie, Adriana, Amy, Andrew, Anita, Anne, Bridget, Christine, Dana, Jill, Joshua, Laura, Linder, Megan, Malika, Mandy, Marcy, Maria, Milagros, Nicole, Rachel, and Saida, Sylvia, Suzanne. Is anybody missing? I have Saida. Okay, so we're good there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel then, tentatively. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, I think it froze. Wow, okay. It is frozen. It is one of those technology days, okay? Well, thank you for your patience. It will save this list. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh everything. I'll spin this wheel. You will get an email if you were the winner. I promise we will have 2 winners, you guys, but we're gonna call it a day on technology and go ahead and close out. But if you have any lingering questions, feel free to hang back. We're happy to be here with you. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.